I pressed it. Make sure they didn't
Oh.
start recording. And make sure. Okay, it didn't start recording. Okay, good, good.
Cool, cool.
So, um, let me sip my coffee. That's because as I was a little nervous,
Oh, don't be
because I've been chasing you for a minute.
it.
You're like the unicorn in the forest that you're trying to catch, but you got a net and you need more than a net. So I am happy to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Now, first off, I got to ask this question.
Okay.
When was the first time you ever got fucked in your ass?
Oh, first time I ever got fucked in my ass. I was 22, so 8 years ago now.
Okay, then. Now, what constituted that ended up happening?
So it was with my current husband now. When I met him, I had just like never done anything. I was like super prude. Um, and he was like, "You've never tried anal?" I'm like, "No." And we tried it and I loved it and it all went from there.
It's an understatement that you said you loved it, because how hard was the orgasm?
Um, Way harder than like any other orgasm that I've had before.
Oh
Like
my god!
they're like my favorite.
Oh my god! It was that intense, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never felt that intense before or prior to that.
No, never.
And 8 years later,
Mhm.
did you know at that time that you would be known as the industry's dubbed anal queen?
Not at all. I never would have guessed.
Because it's like when I talk to everybody about you, we'll get to who she is in a second, because y'all know how we do this show. All I hear is the amazement. First of all, professionalism. That's first, but fuck the first. They ain't talking about the professionals because we already know that because you didn't work with fucking everybody. But the fact that how much and how big you're able to take in your ass is the topic of the industry. I'm like, yo, what's the biggest dick you done took?
Oh God. I don't know. Probably Dread. Either Dread or Brickzilla. I don't know who's bigger.
No, because I was watching. It was something that you did with Rocco. I can't think of Sedgefield. I can't think of his last name. Okay, I hope I ain't butcher his name. The position that you did, you was upside down, legs in the air against
Yeah.
the woman card, and you had. And I had to really look. She had not one, ladies and gentlemen, no. Dos dicks in the ass. Please tell me how the hell y'all pulled that off. How the
Um,
fuck did y'all put out that position? That
so I mean, my ass is super stretchy. So like for me, it's like I think it's harder for the guys than it is for me. Because I've had two in the ass, I've had three in the ass, and then I've had three in the ass with a dildo. So technically, I've had four.
hey, look, y'all see my face, right? I'm trying to tell you. Hold on to your seats, because it's about to get wild on this one. I sit there and looked. I said, first of all, it was a hot shot picture wise.
Thank you.
Then the position, and then the fact I was like, okay, it can't be DP. And I looked, I said, I didn't even put that in the ass. It's like, see, I'm
It
sorry, I
was
would have
not
loved
DP. No, and it was so
it.
funny because like the guys are like ass to ass, and then like one of them is like cracking up because he'd never been in that position before.
Oh no. See, when it comes to DP, what people don't realize, if you put the dick in the same hole, y'all going to touch. It's
Oh
no
yeah.
way on God's green earth that it's
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh, dicks are gonna run.
And and how now I know you was enjoying it, but how sore was you after that position alone?
Um, oh God.
Because your neck looked like you might have had a crooked neck off the strip of that.
Yeah, yeah. Like my ass wasn't sore at all. It was all the neck and the back. Because I'm not getting any younger.
Oh my god.
These
And
positions are getting more and more interesting.
yeah, because it's like dudes take a challenge to see what they can do that the last person didn't do. Because like you really have a high threshold for pain from the scenes that I've seen. I mean, people, she is like when we say the ultimate slut, Rebel. Damn, I can't say her name just yet. She is in the dictionary for it out of this piece, and I know how much do the male times just love working with you, yo. Because I know if I work with you, I would have loved it because there ain't much limits with you.
I mean, I hope they enjoy working with me. I haven't got any complaints.
Everybody I talk to, I can't wait to work with her again. Oh my god, I can't wait to work with her again. Oh my god, it's like, how high is your threshold for pain? Actually,
Uh, I mean, I think it's pretty high. I haven't found like my absolute limit yet. And I mean, I do some pretty intense scenes. I mean, intense as far as like I take giant things in my ass. I'm in some weird positions. I do like intense BDSM scenes, like all of the above.
yes, that's my favorite shit that she do, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know why. Y'all know why. So with that being said, welcome to the Smokers Lounge.
Thank you.
It's special Smokers Lounge. You know who I am, smokers. I'm Kevin Oliver Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Four sponsors bringing you this wonderful podcast. The first one being the Highs Who Don't Magazine Game, RideSystemMagazine.com. Next up, award-winning, award-nominated voiceover with Smut, and they even got virtual reality. I'm talking about none other than BlushRocker.com. And for you people that love candles, I got you covered. Whether it's for the scent or you want to do some freaky, the Kinky Candle Company. Link in the description. And for your legal needs, I got the legal beagle for you. She is gorgeous, smart, and intelligent, and can help you with all your legal needs. Talking about the Queen of Law, Mitchell Ferrari, from the Queen City here in North Carolina. Link in the description. Also, you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswapradio.com. Also, skyhawk.tv.com as well as the BGP LLC app. Now, normally I let people introduce themselves, but this is a different one. So, she is a legend in every which word. She is truly the anal queen, the gate anal queen. Anything to do with her ass, she is the mistress of the booty hole. There ain't a dick they can't hand. There ain't a dick that can handle it, and probably ain't too many that can hang with it. And she's a freak and the ultimate slut, and we love her. We're talking about the rebel of the industry, none other than Rebel Ryder. Say hello to my smokers.
Hello.
No, nobody let people introduce themselves, but I had to say your name because you are one that I've heard so much about. It's like everyone looks up to you for anal inspiration.
Oh, thank
Actually,
you. I love hearing that.
and everything. And because it's to the point where I was looking at the picture, I'm like, she getting whole hands in the ass. I was like, God dang, they love you. She just sit there say, I'm on my monthly. Hey, we'll just fuck in the ass.
Exactly.
So when did I mean, first of all, how big is your boyfriend?
He's average. He's probably about like a good 6 inches or so.
Mm-hmm. And so after that moment, when did you enjoy anal to the point it became regularly a part of your sex life?
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. When I first started, I needed a little bit more recovery in between, so it wasn't like a everyday kind of thing. It was usually like a once, twice a week kind of thing where I was like, "Oh, I think we should try that again," or "We just got this new toy, maybe we should try to put it in my ass."
So it's safe to say you're a size queen to a certain
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you started playing with the different sizes of dildos and stuff like that? Because I don't know. We'll get to when she got in porn because I'm pretty sure you was playing around with different size dildos well before you got in porn with you and your boyfriend. Because it's like y'all really had a real freaky sex life.
Yeah, to say the least. I would say it was pretty shortly after I started doing anal, and like how that started was really kind of on a bet, like a weird, just like fun little bet that I had with my husband. So we bought like one of those, like, those like giant dildos at the sex shop that people just buy for like jokes, like, oh, that'll never fit anywhere. Um, I don't remember what we were talking about, but like my husband, like we had like a bet that like I couldn't fit it in my ass, and I was like, yeah, I think I could. Like I think I can. Like let's see how much I could take, and it
Mm.
fit. It fit, and then from there I was like, oh, what else can I fit in there?
And now, how mind blowing was it to your husband to see the size of dildos and that when it comes to your anal?
I think he is definitely more mind blown than I am. Because
I
he's the
would
one
be
like
too.
looking at it. Like for me, like I feel it, but I can't really see it until after. Like if I see a
Mhm.
picture or a video or something, I'm like, oh my God, like that actually looks huge.
Yeah, because it's like to me when you see most girls when they see a huge dick like a Brickzilla or a Dreads, they like, oh my God, no, not her. She smiles. She's like, oh, this is
Like,
gonna
yeah,
be another day on the job.
this will be fun.
So when did you start? What turned from you just doing this to porn,
Um,
and how?
so yeah, so right around COVID, like when that kind of started, I used to be in the aerospace industry. And it just like wasn't a great place to be during COVID. Because like all of that
That's
pretty much
funny.
shut
She
down.
she's in a place. She was in a place that make rockets, and she takes rockets in her ass. There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah, it's great. So like it kind of like it was like meant to be, right? So yeah, like I had started like camming and I started an OnlyFans just kind of like to make some extra money. And I had a fan that was like, would you be interested in shooting porn? Because you live in Arizona, there's a glory hole site that does amateurs. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, yeah, I'll give it a try. So I went and there were 12 guys and they told me to do whatever I wanted. So I was just like, oh yeah, this is great. So I did everything. And I loved it.
So,
And I was like,
so your first shoot was a straight up gangbang.
pretty much, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So let's unpack that because um okay, with 12 guys. So did they know that you did anal at the time? And
um,
did anal happen during that scene?
Anal did happen during that scene. I don't think they knew. Well, the director sort of knew because we had sent him like pictures and stuff of just private life play.
Mm.
But he didn't know that I was going to do it, at the shoot. And when they said that I could do whatever I wanted, my husband was there. They let him come and watch. Um,
Mm.
and he was the one that kind of encouraged, hey, like, stick it in your ass. I was like, okay, cool. So I saw a dick come through the wall. I
Oh
put it
my.
in my ass. And then everyone wanted to do anal.
And I'm pretty sure all 12 men took a turn in getting in that ass when they saw because I'm pretty sure when they saw the ease how guys can get to the ass, I know they went straight for the ass and said fuck the pussy.
Yeah, yeah, that's how a lot of guys go now.
I know you were like, damn, y'all ain't gonna stick it in the pussy at least once to see how that feels. No,
Straight for the ass.
no, I've been with a female that one the only way she could come was being in her ass, and like she told me like I wasn't even in the pussy for like less than a couple of seconds. She was like, no, just go ahead and put it in my ass, just you know, period. And you don't even need prep.
No, you
You don't
just
even
kind
need
of.
anal prep even. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like how many girls come to you for anal advice? Because
a
I hear
lot.
that they all come to you for that.
Yeah, a lot. I don't even know a number, but like I've had, people that are like absolutely new to the industry, and people that have been in for longer than I've been in, coming and asking for advice. And I'm an open book. I share it all, whatever they want to know.
So with you, because we all know that girls that do it all in this business have the most chance to make the most money. Speak to being that versatile because, like I said, one, you do anal. A lot of companies look for that.
Yeah.
Period. Not only that you do anal, you're a gaper. That means that they can do a lot within those anal scenes. speak to having that ability kind of makes you even more bookable than normal.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think it kind of helped me out, just in that, like, I'd never had an agent. I
Mm-hmm.
always, I like to book myself. I like to kind of have control over that. So the fact that I do everything and it's pretty, like, I like to be easy to work with. I try to be easy to work with and all of that. And I think it just, it helps a lot. It's like whatever they want to shoot, I'm like, yeah, I'm down.
and two, now your first shoot, that was your first shoot. So after that, it okay, you was already doing content prior to that, walking in anyway.
A little bit. Like I was dabbling.
Definitely. So for the most part, before you really did content, you was really doing more of the paid gigs at first, at first
Um,
glance, for the
yeah,
most
so
part.
like at first, yeah, I was doing mostly camming, and then I would do the like local amateur stuff. So like
Yeah.
Glory Hole Swallow, there's like a
Mm-hmm.
blow bang company.
Mm-hmm.
And then what really had me transition into starting to shoot my own content was I had started posting videos on Twitter, and Richard Mann hit me up and he was like, hey, like you should come shoot some content, come to an Exotica, shoot with us, and like, I'll show you how to sell your videos and make money off
Mm-hmm.
of it. And I was like, yeah, cool, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, because he who has their own content is king. Content is
Yeah,
king in this business
yeah,
and stuff like that. And plus the fact of what you do with the anal sex, man, I already know motherfuckers eating that shit up. I already know they eating that shit up because, like I said, you ain't just there was you. It's different between a female that does anal and enjoy it and a female that does anal to do anal.
yeah,
And you have a lot of girls that because they want to try to make more money, they want to jump into the anal field.
yeah.
Speak to the downside of that. If there is a downside of that, because like I said, with you, you enjoy anal. It ain't shit for you. But not
Yeah,
every female is Rebel Ryder and got an
right,
asshole like it. You feel what I'm
right.
saying?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it really is important to enjoy what you perform, because, if you're just doing it for a paycheck or because you think you're going to make more money or because you think
Mm-hmm.
it's going to make you more famous, like, yeah, you might get more money, but it's going to show through the camera. People are going to see, oh, she doesn't enjoy this, or, you know, someone's going to work with you and be like, oh, well, she's obviously not enjoying this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really feel comfortable working with her again. Or if no one picks up on that, you're going to continue to get booked for things that you don't enjoy. And I don't see
Yeah.
how that's a career anyone would want. I wouldn't want to be
Mm-hmm.
shooting stuff that I don't enjoy.
Yeah. So now, when did you start doing the BDSM stuff?
So the BDSM stuff I had actually started doing before getting into the industry.
Okay.
Um, it was just something that me and my husband really enjoyed doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we did some pretty extreme stuff. And then once I got into the industry, it was kind of sad at first because I was like, oh man, like I'm not going to be able to get all bruised up or anything
Yeah.
like that anymore. No one's going to book me. Um, but
And
hey,
shit.
yeah,
Shit.
I get booked for it. So.
Not because you one of the few females that can tread both sides. Because you have some females that they can't go mainstream and be alternative, because that's what they call it, alternative.
Yeah.
Period. What attributes you to be able to pull that off, to be a crossover? Because that's what you
Um,
technically are.
yeah. Yes, I haven't. I don't know if I have like a exact answer for that. I would say, I mean, a lot of it has to do with not having an agent and booking myself because I have nobody
Mhm.
to tell me no.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have no one like trying to be like, hey, if you shoot this,
Mhm.
no one's going to want to book you for this. Or like, hey, don't shoot this. It's not good for your image or whatever. If I want to shoot it, I'll shoot it. And no one's there to stop me.
So with the webcamming, because of course you were doing the webcamming at first.
Mhm.
How much did you webcam, and what all did you do on cam? Period. Because people don't realize webcam is a totally different beast than content.
Oh, it
Because now you
definitely
dealing
is.
with people in real time, and you have to entertain them to
Mhm.
even get them to tip. And let's not forget the favor of the cut goes to the cam service more so than the content talent.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So when I first started camming, I actually was doing it alongside my previous career. So I would go to
Mm,
work all day and then I would cam from a studio because I thought, that's how you
mm,
did it. So the studio would take a percent, the site would take a percent, and then, I would get what's left over.
mm,
But I would go to work and then I would go straight from work to the cam studio and then
mm,
cam until like the studio closed and I needed to lock up probably about,
mm.
10 or 11 at night. And I would do that every day for, a few months at a
Damn, but that
time.
sound like goddamn Romania out this bitch. Cause that's how they do it. They go to a studio and clock in.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Yep. So it was kind of like I had almost two full-time jobs. And
Technically,
then
you
when I
did it for a minute.
started shooting, then I would try to do all three of them. And it was just, I'm a bit of a workaholic, but that was a little too much for me.
I can believe it because, like I said, it's different between you're doing it independently as a camera and you're doing it through a studio.
Yeah.
Because now we talking about contracts and all that good stuff, and they expect you to be there.
Yeah.
And so I know it was a lot. Plus, you probably was getting very book heavy on when it comes to shoots,
Yeah.
period. And so, did you even think you were gonna get booked that heavy coming in early?
No, I didn't. I didn't at all. I thought that I would maybe do a few shoots here and there and it would just be something fun, but I never thought I was gonna like actually quit my other job and make this my job. But hey,
And
it's how it played out, and I've never looked back.
yeah, and and two, because also it's like, put it this way, which scenes? Okay, then I'm gonna ask you this then. Other than your anal, what type scenes do your fans like seeing you do?
My fans love the BDSM stuff. They love like just like anything rough. They like the nasty stuff. I do a lot of, well, not a lot of, but more than the average performer. I do like puke stuff, pee stuff.
Mhm.
Like they love that kind of stuff.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yes, I know that all of a sudden around mid last year, vomit has became the thing
Yeah.
and stuff. But see, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. See, they don't realize it's vomit, but it's a clear vomit. They
Hmm.
make sure not to really have much on their
It's
stomach.
it's prepped puke. I could tell you my favorite
Yes.
mix. And
Yeah. I'm saying, and everything. So, and then also, I see that you go overseas to Prague
yes,
a
yes,
lot
I do.
and stuff. So, tell us about working overseas and how did that fall into play for you?
Yeah, so that one, oh God, I don't even remember. I think I just got contacted by one of the producers over there through Twitter DM
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
asked if I wanted to come and shoot some scenes over there.
Hmm.
So I did. And then once I shot for that studio over there, a bunch of other studios were like, hey, you should come over here and shoot for us. And now I'm going next week actually, again for the third time this year.
So it like this. I'm gonna ask you this because how amazed you to because see, cause I know people know I'm talking about a lot about her asshole, but y'all get over it because we love assholes here. But um, how amazed you the producers? Because I believe that probably them dudes in Prague ain't never seen a female do what you do with your asshole. Let's keep it one. And I'm sure between you and Amy Jane, it's like any
Avery's
producer that have
awesome.
y'all in the threesome scene, that's money.
Yeah, yeah,
That's money, and for a male talent,
absolutely,
that's wonderful.
absolutely.
So, so I'm asking you this: so, how amazed do the producers be coming off once they see you work?
I mean, like, okay, so once it's kind of fun for me, working for like a new producer that has never like they've seen my work you
Yeah.
know, and they come and approach me about like shooting for them. It's kind of fun to see uh like how they think the shoot's gonna go versus like
Mm,
after the shoot, and then like, just after giving them my best to them being like, oh my God, like, okay, I knew you could do this, but like I didn't know that it was gonna be like this kind of thing.
mm. So, and how much is gaping a part of the brand? Because
It's
it's because I noticed in a lot of your things at the end, you show how wide the asshole is.
yeah.
Tell me about the first time that happened on set for you, where they
Um,
showed the gape. Do you remember?
I think I do, yeah. So the first time, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, actually I do remember. So the very first time that they showed like my gape on set, it was for a Mike Adriano shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a two girl, so it was like me and another girl doing anal
Yeah.
together. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really know that like gaping was like a huge thing. Like I just thought it was like a normal thing for an
Mm-hmm.
asshole to do. So they did the shoot and like they were like really, really focusing in on the gapes. And after the shoot, the director was like, I didn't know you could gape like that. Like, do you want to do another shoot like tomorrow? So like I got another shoot out of it. um,
Yeah. Because that's a hot shot at the end, especially if the dude do the pull out and go in.
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit
It
is
is kind
hot.
of funny because like there's a lot of air that gets pushed in there, and then you're
Yeah.
like farting for the rest of the day.
It ain't a pussy fart, it's a booty fart, ladies and gentlemen. It's a booty fart. And so now, of course, for the civilians, they were like, well, damn, as much she taking her ass, when her ass gonna be worn out, this, that, and third, your asshole bounced back like a pussy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
speak to that so my smokers can understand that.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's a muscle. So, like all muscles, it could be trained, it could be stretched. But just because you stretch a muscle doesn't mean that it stays stretched out.
Yeah.
So I like to think, and I've had like my husband's kind of verified it, and like
Yeah.
people that I shoot with a lot. I like to think that I have more control over that muscle now than I used to.
Mm-hmm.
So it does bounce back. It's not like I don't have a gaping asshole right now sitting here. I don't wear diapers. I don't have any issues with that, with my asshole falling out of my ass.
Oh my goodness. Now, because of that, do you orgasm every time you shoot?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I would say if it's an anal shoot, I orgasm probably 95% of the time.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, kind of, yeah, it because in your ass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people don't realize women can come from have a stronger orgasm in ass than they pussy.
Oh yeah.
Pretty no different than a dude that might take it in the ass.
Yeah.
Because I can't be explained it. I guess they may have a gland in their shit too. I don't know. I'm not a woman.
I mean, it hits
So
different, that's for sure.
for sure. So but see, with you going over to Prague or what have you, how much has now the name Rebel Ryder has now reached into Europe?
So yeah, I would say it's like especially in the last year, it's spread a lot in Europe. I just as you saw on social media, I just shot a movie for Rocco.
Yeah.
Um, so like I'm starting to branch outside of Prague, because we
Mm-hmm.
shot that in Rome. And it was so
Mm.
cool to see. We shot a giant gangbang there,
Mm-hmm.
with like fans and stuff that he recruited, and it
Yeah.
was so cool to see like how many fans showed up for me. And I'm like, I didn't even know I had this many European fans. Like,
Oh, you'd be surprised. But the interesting part is with Rocco, his company is one of the big boys.
yeah,
That's when we talk about levels of AVN, he's A level.
yeah.
Period. How it feel working for an A level company of that level? Because Rocco, that's huge. That's up there with
Yeah,
Braxton.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it like definitely like the production quality, like everything, like you can definitely see a difference from like even the studio that we shoot at, like his studio is amazing. Like it's like a whole like 4 buildings on a huge plot of land, and he's got like all the fancy equipment. He's got the staff, like the beautiful set, like you know, A-list talent. Like it's just I don't know, it's crazy. And then like walking around Rome with him, like he's the actual celebrity. Like people were stopping him in the streets, like Rocco, like can I get a picture? Like can I get an interview? And, like that's a different level.
People realize the way that they treat the porn stars in Europe, we treat them differently over here. We used to treat them like that. They're big.
Oh yeah.
They're big. You know what I'm saying? Because I was even saying too, when you look at on a whole, even to the OnlyFans girls, they shit look studio plush. While our OnlyFans girls is, I don't need to say no more. So it's kind of like, so for you, how much more you want to get more work overseas?
I love it overseas. I would absolutely love to keep going over as often as I can. As often as my visa allows. But I'd love to branch into other countries too. You know, there's a huge industry in Japan. I would love to go, go over there.
Yeah, you had the Japanese mind blown. Because so it's like, put it this way. Now I'm gonna ask you this: I can't even say that you actually typecasted as an anal girl because you do so much different stuff. Do you feel at times that your anal overshadows your work? Because you're actually a damn good talent in every which way of the word. You know what I'm saying? Period. So do you think sometimes your anal overshadows that?
Thank you. Yeah, I actually just had this conversation when I shot the movie with Rocco. We were doing an interview, and I don't remember if it was Rocco or if it was one of the other girls brought it up. And I never really thought about that before, but I think sometimes people see the anal and they think, that's all I do, but it's not. It's like, it's one of my favorite things in the whole world, but I do other stuff too.
Yeah, because it's to the point, how many of your scenes don't have anal? And do you try to shoot scenes that don't involve anal?
Not a lot. Not a lot. I would say probably like, man, less than 5% of my scenes probably have nothing. I would say a good majority of them has it.
I'm asking this: is it that because you do anal so well, that's why, versus with some girls, they try to how can I put this? In certain positions in sexual shit is a part of their brand that they're known for in their brand. Some girls, they're known for that reverse cowgirl. Because that's when they post the shit, that's getting the most views and it's on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Is it more of that the producers and the talent, because they know you do that what they want, versus I'm going to make sure I'm going to have anal somewhere in there because that's what my brand is known for and that's where the money is for me?
So I think I don't know. I think a lot of it is the producers that hire me. Normally I don't, like, when I hear from a producer, usually it is about an anal shoot. But there have been times where I have been booked for a non-anal shoot, and then somehow the dick just ends up in my ass at some point, and I don't complain about it. And I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Here's the question. I know how it probably might have happened a couple of times. He was trying to get in the coochie, just it slipped in the ass, and
yeah.
It just stayed there.
Times it just stayed there. Normally I just kind of like go with it.
I ain't put it in there, but never mind.
I don't know if he knows it's in my ass, but all right, let's keep doing this.
And so too, also, you able to do multiple positions in your ass. Where's your favorite position anally to do?
So I would say, oh, that's a hard one. Okay. That's a really hard one. I would say probably either doggy, because I also like my hair being pulled and like being choked and stuff, and like doggy is just a great position for that, and like plus you can like slap my ass and stuff. Or I do like missionary anal as well, because you can like get the connection with the person and like see their face.
Yeah, cause yeah, cause I'm sorry, people. I'm just imagining this shit. Sorry, remember I was in town at one point, people. Yeah, cause especially shot wise on the missionary, I think low key that's the most underrated anal position.
I think
Because
it is.
just the shot over top of seeing it and seeing the pussy, because she got to spread the lips and the ass cheek for you to see it in there. So it's kind of like a beautiful triple shot.
Yeah.
You know, and so and two, you never been ripped ever.
No, I've never been ripped. There was one time that I got like a slight injury, but it wasn't a tear. It was a girl was fisting me, and she was wearing like not like this part of the ring, but like this part of the ring, and a little bit of the skin got caught between the ring and her finger, and
why would she fist
cut
you
me just a little bit, and it only took 3 days to get better. But
why did she fist you with the ring?
I don't know. I think in her mind she was like, well, it's like smooth, so like there's like nothing that could like cut, but you know, it could still get caught.
Take that ring off, baby.
Yeah.
Not gonna let nothing on. No. The coochie is delicate.
Yeah.
The asshole
so
is
now
very delicate.
I'm very like after that happened, I've been very like I would inspect a little bit before, but now I like closely inspect. I'm like, okay, what do the nails look like? What are you wearing? Like
now, how much of your customs is involved in your ass? I know damn near all of them.
Yeah, I would probably say aside from like the dick rating customs, I would say from most all of them involve my ass.
So how much of it is some of it's fisting? See, because I'm gonna tell you what I find interesting. She's able to put her own fist in her ass. That is funny when I be seeing them pictures. I was sitting there like,
I wish I was flexible enough to put both of them in there.
I'm like, yeah, because just for you to put one in there, you gotta be flexible as fuck. That's a lot of flexibility. And so when did you figure out the fisting going ass? Because was that by accident or that was just a test?
Yeah, so that was actually kind of like not really an accident, but sorta. So like I didn't really think about like fists in the ass at all. But I was shooting a threesome scene, and like this was super early on in my career. But we were shooting a threesome scene, and the girl was like fingering my ass, and it was going in pretty easy. And she was like, "Oh well, do you want me to stick my whole fist in there?" And I was like, sure, whatever, like just kind of like thinking it was a joke, but she like slid her whole fist in there, and I was like, oh, you could actually do that? I didn't know that was a thing.
Hey, let me ask you a question. When that happened, how good did you feel? How good did you feel with it?
It felt really good because it was a threesome scene. So she had her fist in my ass, and while she had her fist in my ass, the guy like went in my pussy. So it was like a DP. And yeah, it was like after that, I was like, wow, why don't people do this more often?
And on top of that, you also can take big dicks in the pussy as well.
Yeah.
so it's like it's the ass on the pussy, you know what I'm saying? Period. So now I got to ask the question that probably some fans want to ask. I call them the dumb questions. With you being able to take the sizes that you take, and you made mention that your husband has boyfriend dick, not porn dick. And remember, we had this conversation before, people. Not every woman wants a porn dick. Um, please speak to the smokers that you're still able to be pleased by your husband.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So like the whole myth about like once you get like a big dick, you're just like stretched out and it kind
Yeah.
of ruins you for everything else. That's totally a myth. Yeah, I love all size like I've been with a guy with a micro penis and I orgasmed with him. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely still get pleasure from my husband.
I see why the men love working with her. A micro dick made her come.
I
There's
loved
hope for
it
you
too.
small dick
It was like
motherfuckers.
one of the biggest like loads that I've ever seen came from a micro penis.
I can believe it out of this piece. And then like I said, also it's not just and like I said, you also very intense on camera. For what I watch, what have you, and everything. And it's like, with you from the okay, I'm gonna ask you this. Because like I said, your first shoot was the gangbangs.
Hmm.
Speak to transitioning to a one guy, one girl scene, threesome scene, because now
Yeah.
you your psychology in front of that camera is different than it would
Hmm.
be a gangbang. So speak to that.
Absolutely. So I would say when I was getting into the industry, and even now, like I've developed and I've kind of come into myself a little more. But when I was just getting started, the gangbangs were oddly enough, like this is gonna sound really weird, but the gangbangs were easier shoots for me just
Yeah.
because I didn't need to focus so much on like connection with people. Like I
Mm-hmm.
could just like get fucked, dicks everywhere, and like that was the focus of it. When you move to like something like a threesome or a one-on-one scene, it's more about like showing off that connection that you have with the other person. So like eye
Mm-hmm.
contact, talk like dirty talking. Dirty talking was like something that I really needed to learn how to do because I was not a talker when I got in at all. Um, and it didn't come natural to me and I needed to kind of learn how to do that. And now I kind of find it exciting because
Mm-hmm.
everyone's different. So when I work with somebody that I haven't worked with before, it's kind of like that excitement, that game of like, okay, well, what do you like? What turns you on? What don't you like? You know, what do you like to hear? Or, you know, what do you like to do? You know, so it's
Mm-hmm.
totally different.
Most definitely. So when it comes to picking the guys that you work with for your content, what do you take into account when you work with somebody? What they had to bring to the table?
So when I work with somebody, the biggest, like absolute biggest thing for me is their professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like it doesn't matter if you have like the biggest stick in the world, like if you can't show up on time or if you like no show, no call, if you're just like an asshole, like I don't want to work with you again. But yeah, if you can be professional, if you can like respect boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
if you're just an all around like fun person to be around, like we'll shoot multiple times.
Now, have you had situations where the chemistry wasn't there or it
Yeah,
was off? And how
yeah.
did you handle it?
um so in those situations, like everyone in the industry, I think comes across this every now and then, where maybe you're not attracted to the person or maybe
Mm-hmm.
like there's something else going on, like maybe like you've got something going on at home, they got something going on at home, they're in a fight with their girlfriend or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
just something's off. That's where you just kind of need to, you know, be professional. And that's where the whole this is a job comes in. It's a job. You're at the end of the day, you're hired to make this scene, and you just kind of got to figure out a way to make it work. And if the chemistry is not there, you don't got to work with that person again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shoot. So with you, where do you look to take your brand moving forward in 2024, 2025? What fashions you want to expand to? How you want to expand your business?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously I'll keep up with the anal. I'll expand the business by expanding my asshole. um, but yeah, I also I want to do more in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just focus on, like
Mm-hmm.
shooting what I like,
Mm-hmm.
shooting more BDSM, shooting more, crazy nasty gangbangs, shooting
Mm-hmm.
threesomes, like, all of that. And then I'd also like to, within the next few years, I'd like to get more into like directing some scenes as
Mm-hmm.
well. Um,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because it's to the point that I I always feel that you got to have Gonzo scenes, and I keep telling
oh
everybody
yeah,
Gonzo is the script is a scene that's preceded by a little skit.
yeah,
A straight fuck scene is called a wall to wall. Y'all keep saying Gonzo. Y'all need to learn terms, please. Now, the reason why because it's to the point that people want stories. The game is changing now that they do want stories or what have you.
mhm.
So with you, what type Gonzo role play scenes are you looking to do now? I mean, because it's so much. Because it's like I can see a series where that housewife anal or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you kind of to that level now that you can do shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I have been doing more story scenes lately, and I think you're right. The industry, like, it's moving in the direction that people want some sort of, like, it doesn't have to be like a crazy like movie with
Yeah.
pages of lines, but just some sort of scenario, like a fantasy. And yeah, I'd love to start doing more of that.
Mhm.
I like the weird wacky ones just as
Yeah,
much as like
cause
the
even in my head now, it's kind of like American Pie type situation because she got that soccer mom look and it's I can't think of the name of the shit. It was the show. It was a miniseries that talked about the lady that killed her side dude's wife or something.
huh,
But
okay.
but it was like a part where when she told dude in she got in the car when he was about to leave said, "Hey, I want to fuck you," or what have you. Hey, I can see a scene like that where you do it with that, and then dude fuck you, you be like, you know something, put it in my ass. I always want to put it in my ass. You be like,
Yeah.
he just look at her like, really? You know what I'm saying? Not because it's kind of like to me, that's if you're in this business, you kind of want to. That's how you can kind of elevate your business is with
Yeah.
the storytelling, and also it makes you even more of a sex symbol because they're seeing you in different type roles. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's period. So with you, it's kind of like with of the picking, and you're able to do your own content, especially nowadays. Do you take that into account? Can the dude actually bring something to the table to where you can do those type things?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the creative types are awesome,
Mm-hmm.
like ones that can come up with scene ideas or ones that
Mm-hmm.
can like fit into certain roles.
Mm-hmm.
The one there's there's multiple guys that are like really good at it. One that comes to mind is Will Tile. Um, he's hilarious. He could like really fit into any role.
Mm-hmm.
And make it funny too,
Yeah. Oh yeah, they take time to give you a little comedy with it. Cause even I wanted
Yeah,
to have a little funny twist at the end,
yeah.
So I all I'm got to say is this. I done held this lady up here for damn near an hour and I'm just stoked because I got to talk to Rebel Ryder. And I mean seriously, it's like your name ring bells in this industry, babe. For real.
Thank you.
For real, for real, for real. And two, how I feel to be also nominated for your work as well. Did you think you ever get to that level?
Not at all. Not at all. And actually, like this last trip that I took to Europe,
Yeah.
they had like a awards festival, like the Czech Erotic Awards, and somehow I won Best Female or International Best Foreign Female Performer there, which was really cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I felt really weird, like speaking English on stage. I didn't even know that I won because it was in Czech, and all of a sudden my friends are like, "Hey, you won, go up on stage." I'm like, "What? No, I didn't."
And let you know, people, see what happens when Gape makes you internationally famous. Gape makes you internationally famous. They were like, they don't know her, but when she bent over, oh,
yeah,
all your videos, all of them. So, oh my goodness. So I just wanted to just say this has been a stoked to talk to a legend. And people, you know, we ain't been touching service so much we have to talk about it. We ain't get to talk about it. I don't want to hold up here all night. So, you know, I got to ask Miss Ryder the $1 million question. Can I call you a smoke buddy?
Absolutely.
She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and we're going to bring her on the Premium Smoke Room exclusively on Loyal Fans. You know what that means, people. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, 3 sexy hosts that you're going to fall in love with. And you know what happens in the Premium Smoke Room. It gets more candid, it gets more crazier, it gets more unpredictable, it gets more wilder, it gets more popping. Tits pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. Plus, and the video side, guess what? I got a surprise for you. I got a little bit of my XXX content for you to check out. And to the end of the year, y'all get to subscribe for 55% off for the first month. So we're doing something nice so y'all can come check out these ladies. So with that being said, Miss Ryder, tell everybody where they can spend money on you, baby.
Yeah, so you can find me, my social medias are my X is Rebel Ryder XXX, Instagram Rebel Ryder IG. There I've got my Linktree to my OnlyFans. I've got, you know, Pornhub, Sheer, all the good stuff. Or just Google me and you'll see my butthole all over the internet.
Oh, all over in there. And it is famous, people, viral worthy. So with that being said, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Miss Rebel, tell everybody goodbye.
Bye.